Welcome to This Week Those Books Aloud. It's April 10th, 2024. I'm Rashmi Roshanlal.
And I'm Michael Macy.
So we'll talk about the big world news story and the world of books in a minute, but should we just say what This Week Those Books is?
I think you just said it. This Week Those Books joins the week's big news story to the world of books.
And you, dear listener, are part of a community of nearly 9,000 subscribers in 104 countries.
And counting. So what's the big story for this week?
Young politicians in high office, the old order changing. It happened in Ireland on April 9 when 37-year-old Simon Harris became the country's youngest prime minister. And that was just 1 week after Senegal gave the African continent its youngest elected leader, 44-year-old Bassirou Diomaye Faye.
But they're not the only relatively young national leaders on the world stage, are they?
Not at all. Harris and Faye are part of a small but growing club. Other young national leaders today include El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele, 42, France's 34-year-old Prime Minister Gabriel Attal, Scotland's 37-year-old First Minister Hamza Yousaf, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who was 42 when he got the job nearly 2 years ago, and Chile's President Gabriel Boric, who was 35 when he was elected in 2021.
It's said that young leaders rise or fail because of the system. What does the data show?
Well, a 2021 report from the Inter-Parliamentary Union said that some countries like Rwanda, Morocco, Kenya and Uganda are actually working the system by reserving parliamentary seats for young people. Norway too has ensured it has the highest proportion of young politicians in the world. And one happy fact from that report is that worldwide, parliaments are getting a tad younger.
But not in my home country, the United States. The November 5th presidential election will see 82-year-old Joe Biden run against 78-year-old Donald Trump.
True, but the reading pile this week, at least, starts with a youthful manifesto for a revolution.
Yes, we have Youth to Power, Your Voice and How to Use It by Jamie Margolin.
It has a foreword by the Swedish activist Greta Thunberg, and she calls it a toolbox.
Actually, that's a good word for this book. It lays out simply and clearly how a young person might go from inchoate desire for change-making to defined action.
Does she say how?
She says identify your why, learn about the topic, and then do what it takes. Write newspaper op-eds, lobby elected representatives.
Now that's real good, real-world advice. The protagonist in the second book could use some of that.
What's the book?
A Man of the People by Chinua Achebe.
Written a while ago?
Yes, published in 1966, but it is timeless and placeless, though it's set in an unnamed, newly independent West African country.
What's the story?
It's a simple one, and it revolves around a young, politically active schoolteacher, Odili Samalu, and the country's Minister for Culture, who's called Chief the Honourable M.A. Nanga. Now, Chief Nanga was Odili's teacher at one time, and Odili is sickened by his corrupt politics and that of the country's political elite.
Is there a but in there?
Yes, but Odili benefits from Chief Nanga too. He takes favors from him. Eventually, he tries to oust him from power. The effort fails, and he becomes cynical.
Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week with the latest This Week, Those Books.
Bye.